Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. I am Freddie Liebert. The following is a press release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Aviation issued on Monday, February 14th, 2022. It is with deep sadness that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Aviation informs of the passing of devoted Foreign Service Officer Nyian Farrell. Farrell served for more than 10 years between the ministry's head office and the St. Kitts and Nevis Permanent Mission to the United Nations in New York, USA, and transitioned to glory on Friday, February 11th, 2022. A condolences book will be available for signing at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Aviation from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. until her funeral. May the soul of our dearly departed colleague and friend rest in eternal peace. In its continued pursuit of food sustainability on Nevis, the Department of Agriculture is so far recording successes in food production. Permanent Secretary Hughie Sargent says the success is based on the demand for crops cultivated on the government-owned farms.
Peanuts has performed exceptionally well. The demand and the quality is phenomenal. We're actually harvesting peanuts again because of the response, and I want to thank NTV and your unit for doing some good promotion. Because of that, we would have had interests. We were in a process of accepting huge orders for peanuts even while they were in the ground because of that demand, and many of the persons were happy at the quality that they would have received from agriculture. So thank you, and we are on the road to continue the production of peanuts on the island.
Sargent says there is also a growing demand for sorrel.
We are seeing that there's a demand for sorrel, not just in the festive time, but throughout the year. So we've embarked in Indian Castle in particular to do sorrel, because we have sorrel, I think, down to as far as June.
There is also progress at the government-owned Indian Castle Estate, where the focus is on tree crop cultivation.
We have citrus, we have cassava, we have over 4,000 coconut trees planted, we have mango, we have pomegranates. We have a lot of the crops that we found were not being heavily produced on the island in terms of tree crops. We explored sugarcane, we have passion fruit and so on. That we realized, for example, our agro-processing unit uses a lot of passion fruit, and the great majority of it is imported. So we embarked on identifying some of those things so that we can produce them here. We have exotic things like the cane fig, for example. We have saucer.
In addition to the cultivation of cantaloupe, green banana, and sweet pepper, the Department of Agriculture has also ventured into root crop production, planting tanya, onion, beet, carrot, ginger, and sweet potato.
The sweet potato is something that we're quite proud of. It's a traditional crop, yes, but the volumes in which it was produced was significantly lower than what is demanded. We're exploring ginger. Ginger is in high demand as well.
Meantime, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Hughie Sargent, says the Department of Agriculture is seeking to reduce the cost of local grown food. He says, however, it is not geared towards competing with the island's farmers.
One of the main goals, and we've had some challenges to this, particularly from farmers, is to be able to lower the cost of food on the island. We believe, based on when we do our accountability studies and so on, we're realizing that the price of food is somewhat artificially high, and accountability, when we do our accounting, it suggests that the cost of production is a lot lower, and that the price can actually come down, and in fact come down to such a level that we can effectively compete with the imported food that we have on island. And it is something, it is a goal, it is not a short-term goal that we think it is actually a long-term goal.
Sargent says one of the Department of Agriculture's overarching strategies is to ensure consumers can eat an abundance of healthy food without paying extremely high prices. Still to come, film industry is a huge opportunity for Nevis, says MSR media producer. The details right after this break.
My name is Jaden Walters.
And my name is Alicia Walters.
And we are proud students of the Nevis International Secondary School. I took the vaccine to protect myself from catching the deadly coronavirus.
And I took the vaccine to protect my friends and family from contracting COVID-19.
Don't wait, vaccinate!
Welcome back. Making films and creating a new industry is a huge opportunity for the island of Nevis. So notes film director Philip Martinez. In the past year, Martinez's boutique film and television production company, MSR Media, has shot 4 films on the island. He says the production of his next film will see an increased number of employment opportunities.
We're starting a new movie. And I can tell you that from now on, the ratio will be 80% of the workforce on the film will be local workforce. And that's huge. So I told Mark Brantley a year ago, we will do this, we will make 4 movies a year, and we did. And I can tell you that the next step, Mark, is that in 3 years from now, we'll be right here. But this time, I will be producing a movie directed by someone from the Federation. This Federation is amazing. It's only the beginning of the film industry journey. We're going to make 4, 5 films a year. We're going to be building a film studio. So it's the beginning, it's only the beginning. And I'm glad that this journey starts with this film.
On Saturday, February 12th, MSR Media, in collaboration with the Nevis Island Administration, hosted the Nevis premiere of A Week in Paradise, the first movie to be shot on Nevis by the company.
Exactly 14 months ago, I was in Barbados, and someone told me that a gentleman called Jacob Katzman was working with the NIA to develop the film business. So I spoke to Jacob. We had a nice call with, and then he introduced me to our premier, Mark Brantley, and to Colin Dorr. Very, very quickly, Mark Brantley understood that making films and creating a new industry in Nevis would be a huge opportunity. So we came with the idea to make 1 film to start, and in the last year, MSR Media has already produced 4 films in Nevis. So thank you, Premier Mark Brantley, for making this happen.
Director of the Skills Training Empowerment Program, STEP, Emil Green, was in Nevis on Friday, February 11th, meeting with senior STEP staff where they discussed, among others, the closer working relations between the 2 offices in St. Kitts and in Nevis. Accompanying Green from St. Kitts was STEP Office Manager Agatha Keynes, and while in Nevis they held discussions with Manager of STEP Operations Vernal Hanley, STEP Nevis Chief Field Officer Oscar Brown, and STEP Nevis Office Manager Isis Morton. Something we discussed was that we wanted for them to understand that of these 2 islands, that they are just one. We are not two separate entities, observed Keynes. It is just one entity under the broad umbrella of Skills Training Empowerment Program STEP, and that information moves around freely. While there have been visits by St. Kitts staff to the Nevis office, Keynes noted that they want the visitations to be a little more frequent than it is now, and not just St. Kitts staff going over, but to have the Nevis staff to visit the head office in St. Kitts for them to see exactly the dynamics of STEP operations and how they do things at the head office, especially how the payroll system functions. Green mentioned that at some point in time, we would allow the payroll staff to go over to Nevis to work the payroll from that end as well, noted Keynes. So it is a give and take. They will come down to see how it works, and then we will send our staff over there to work it from that end. STEP has set up a new department that will be handling staff training, and in apprising the Nevis staff, they were informed that training sessions will start shortly. The St. Kitts team wanted to establish which staff at the Nevis office would be a part of the training sessions, as they wanted them to feel more comfortable in the scheme of things. While at the Nevis office, manager of STEP operations in Nevis, Bernal Hanley, introduced them to Vernal Powell, who was recommended by the Nevis Island administration to be hired as the STEP Field Operations Verification Officer in Nevis. The verification exercise, which has been taking place in St. Kitts, will allow STEP to keep track and be in a position to do an audit of all STEP workers attached to private businesses. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Silibert. Thank you for viewing.